Good day, good love, good light, illuminators, and way showers. Thank you for being with me, Wendy, once again, as I share with you the infinite languages of lights. For absolutely everything in Source, everything that's ever been created, speaks a language of light. Vibrationally, frequentially, we all resonate our own unique one universe in the entire song of the Symphony of Source. So thank you once again as you join me today, as we join our guides, for my guides are your guides. And thank you for being with me once again, whether this is your first time. I'm Wendy. Nice to meet you. And to all of you who I've recently met, recent subscribers, thank you so much. It is a delight that I am here today on this day of Ascended Master Energy of 11/11 on this 8/30/2018 day, as we celebrate the 8 and 3 energy of 11 and the 2018. And I just saw 111 on the timestamp. 111 just happens to be my street address. And anybody who knows me, I'm a life path number 11. Today is a huge celebration for me, with 11s and 11s abound. So I wanted to thank you all once again for joining me and remembering as that every single thing is part of the harmonic chord of Source. Absolutely everything in creation sings a language of light, because everything is a vibration. Everything is a resonance, a frequency, and that's how we find each other, by resonance and frequency and numbers. As many of us have come to understand, whether it's physics, numerology, astrology, sacred circuitry. I am a light language linguist. I scribe, I write symbols, galactic glyphs. They've been coming to me for several years now. I started channeling a few years ago. And I think I already know I've been doing something I've been doing all my life. And so over the last few years, more and more of these languages have come to light for me. And I know many of you have been reaching out to me, that you've been speaking them all your lives. You've been using them in different ways. And I wanted to thank you all for reaching out to me privately, whether it's through emails, through private sessions, through just messenger, I was going to say private messenger, just to let me know that, you know, that you're connecting with these, that whether it's the first time hearing it, whether you heard it in a dream, that you were going to speak light languages, whether you've been doing it all your life. I love hearing about your experiences. And so today I want to share just a little bit quickly of my own experiences, of my own celebration today, as I am engulfed in this 11 energy. So Niasato shawri haraki, niasato shawri harako riashane, lisanaki, aisane sialake, shoroseli anikilashono kila ita, sonasaliata shaneraki. So one of the things that I discovered several years ago, one of my highest joys and excitements, was one day when, after several years of hearing other channelers and just a few other people out there speaking light languages, I've come to understand my own connections to the angelic realms, the collective of other beings such as ourselves, who are interested in understanding how everything's one, how we relate to each other in different star systems. How do we get through just everyday stuff? What are our lives like? What are our relationships like? And so as we come together in this unification of frequency, we begin, as we become more aware of our galactic frequencies and our connections to Source, we begin to understand and see, at least from my experiences, I started to see and experience other fractals of myself from other planetary systems, my guides, my connections to my angels, which I've always believed I've had. I've always believed that I've been protected by angels, connected to them, that I can hear them, that I've been able to follow their guidance, share their guidance. So for me, having a birth path, the number of 11, led me to the understanding of, and I've always seen 11 on the clock, as many of you already know, but if you're new to my channel, 11, this vibrational energy of the Ascended Masters, I found out very quickly, is the vibration of the Ascended Masters, and me being a Sagittarian and born in the 11th month, I'm very connected to the esoteric, the teachers, the musicians, the artists, the lyricists, the poets. The Jupiter rules Sagittarius and Jupiter rules Pisces. And so it's about higher learning, expansion, doing things bigger, abundance. It's about justice. It's about fairness. It's about balance. It's about bringing all of that to this planet. And isn't that what every Ascended Master really is sought out, is why are we in pain? What are our experiences trying to teach us? And how do these things relate to all of us, whether it's numbers or symbols? And so one of the things that I have expressed when I first started finding channelers, and specifically Bashar and the Sasani and the Shikani, which they now call themselves the Shikani, and they are a hybrid race. They're the third hybrid race of the Greys and the humans. And so right away, I felt this connection, and it burst open like all these other portals within me that started being able to connect to like just all these other parts of me, and whether they're my guides or parts of me, it just opened up this whole new world to me. And so many of you have been sharing your own experiences, whether it's through private sessions, and so I'm expanding it that way, doing more private sessions one-on-one, whether it's here in a Google Hangout or in Zoom. I'm starting to do, if you're interested, pre-recorded, where I tap into your energy if you've got specific questions, to give you a sense of your own connections, your own light, because that's, I believe, what we're all here to do, is to share our own light, to become more and more aware of who we are, share what that is through our own processes. And one of those ways to do that is through whether it's the messages that we receive through the oracle cards. Many of us are discovering our gifts and abilities that have to do with being able to tap into that infinite stream of energy that we all have, that infinite stream of knowledge, and to be able to access absolutely anything it is that we want in our lives, and to really truly reap the abundance of that. That's what the Ascended Masters were trying to teach us all, our guides are trying to teach us all, remind us all, is of our own light, and that we have this innate, internal, timeless, infinite ability to create an infinite number of timelines moment by moment. And yet, we are so powerful. We have the ability to create a three-dimensional story, live a life that we call a life, create a story that we are really stringing together like a slideshow, because we really are, as physics as we are coming to understand, a conscious being, a multidimensional being moving through dimensional realities, parallel realities, moment by moment. We are literally creating millions and millions of realities moment by moment, and we string it together. It's almost like the earth's spinning so fast, but we feel like we're sitting still. It's exactly the same concept in that way, that even though you're moving through all these, your consciousness is stitching together this story. We have the ability to change the story, move it around, create new scenes, create how we responded to that story. And by changing that, that's how we change our past. That's how we change our future. Because then we change our reality, and we change the people and the circumstances and the instances, the serendipities and the synchronicities change based upon that, based upon those frequencies. So with that, I'm going to say hello to everybody. Our compass synchronicity today is about realization. And one of the things that I discovered in sacred circuitry, and which attuned me and actually activated me starting to scribe these symbols, was these sacred circuitry that came through the Sirius star system through Bashar. through the channeler Daryl Anka. And so many of you will hear me talk about that a lot because that is kind of how I started. That's how I opened up to my idea of being a hybrid mother, of light languages, of my galactic connections, to my connections to the hybrid children, to other ET races. That's kind of where it all sort of really, really blossomed for me. And it happened to be my true awakening on 11/11/11. And so this symbol, number 11, is realize. And so I love that symbol. It feels like I am open to the realization of all that I am. I am an ascended master. I am a master of my own reality. I am a master of my own creation. And now we're beginning to understand that. And it was as if right away I knew all my life that's what I was supposed to do and teach and help people understand that everything's connected. Everything is a symbol, a breadcrumb from you, for you, from your higher selves and your guides to help you remember. And by us sharing this together, we help each other remember. And so that was what I was very excited about, wanting to share more and more. And so for today, take a breath with me as we step through this 11/11 portal together. As I celebrate my own synchronicities today with all of you in the divine water. As we come into divine balance, as we know that 11 and 11 represents this divine balance of walking through the gateway, and water will always find its true balance. It will always find its true level. We are mostly water. When we intend to do so, when we connect with our higher selves, we remember and find our true level, our true core vibration. And because we're multidimensional beings, we are multi-frequential beings. And so when the Emissaries of the Light Collective came to me and said, we know how much you love to connect on a multidimensional level, and so do we. So there are millions and millions of beings here who, along with you, want to share their perspective through light languages, through synchronicities, through guidances, through these symbols. So I have volumes and volumes of this stuff, and I wanted to share with you a couple of things today. So today is my wedding anniversary, and on 8/30, 1980. So now we've got 8/3/80. So, and actually that date also equals 11. So I somehow managed to synchronistically, and it was really by happenstance that we actually ended up getting married on that day, because it wasn't even the date we were going to get married. And as it turned out, it equals 11 also. And being a birth path number 11, kind of funny. So this year is my 38th wedding anniversary in the 11th year, 2018. I am 56 years old currently, so there's another 11. So for me this year, I am telling you guys, from January 1st, 1/1/2018, 1/1/11, and I'm sure I did a video about it, has been nothing but a realization, awarenesses, synchronicities, understanding more and more about me, about going really in to let the light in and shine the light out and find what it is that excites me the most, whether and moment by moment without expectation, because that changes moment by moment. And so I can tell all of you, I just want to say really quick about all of that, that one of the things that we started doing right away, and it was actually more of my partner's idea, but and I think it might have even started with our very first wedding anniversary. We began drinking. Yes, it was our very first one. We began drinking a toast of champagne or whatever we were deciding at that time, with our glasses and the candle that stood about that tall at the time. And even the priest at the time, I was married in the Catholic Church for familial reasons. But anyway, he said at the time, he said, I hope one day that you burn this candle just a little bit to celebrate every year, and that one day you end up with a little stub. And I may have already told the story before, but yes, we are down to a little tiny stub. So I've got the glasses out again. The candle's pretty low. So I figured if we can, if the candle makes it to 40 years and whatever happens tomorrow, and if we make it that long, maybe I'll get another candle, but whatever happens, happens. But I wanted to share that story with you because I wanted you guys to know that, through all of that and marrying my childhood sweetheart and been together even longer than that, raising two boys who are men now. So that's just a little bit of little personal story from me to you guys about, where my journey has been. And so I wanted to share the synchronicity with you because I really feel like, I have come full circle, that my life has come full circle somehow, that this now is my new beginning. And now I understand that no matter what it is that I experienced in all of these years, if you will, and these memories that I've considered I've created, everything's now, you guys. That memory is being created now. How does that memory serve us now? Our life is a slideshow. It's a slideshow of synchronicities and serendipities that in that moment, how is that serving you? And that goes along with all of these other connections that we're having with our higher selves, with our spirit guides, with our angels, with our ET friends. What does this disclosure mean? What does all this mean? Why did I choose to be here right now? And I also so one of the things I really just wanted to say is that there's not a lot that, having had this experience for as long, linear speaking, as I have, there hasn't been much that I haven't experienced in that realm of things, which is what I guess I chose to explore, right? So, but the one thing I wanted to say is, you guys, it's all about your response to those situations, because there's always going to be stuff. And let me tell you, when you're married that long and you've raised a couple of kids, and and I worked full time and put them both through school, blah, 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 all of that stuff, and all of the things that the winning, the losing, the manifesting, just all of the wisdom gained from all of that experience. But again, you guys, everything is now. And now that I know that everything's now and everything's new, I look at my whole life absolutely differently than I ever have before. And so for me, that is the true symbolization and the magic of this 11 portal for me, for all of us, because I truly felt beyond a shadow of a doubt that this year was going to be different for all of us. And I see that now in every respect. So I just want to thank you guys for letting me share my personal moments, and to let you know that it's just, I'm just a person, a human, just like everybody else, who's having this magnificent, amazing experience that I have been guided to share with you. Because as we share our processes, just as Theo said, Wendy, I got to remember the words now. All of a sudden I forgot them. I, Wendy, see and draw to me through divine love those beings who seek enlightenment through my process. The sharing will elevate us both now. And that's written by Theo, I don't know when, and that was shared through Abraham Hicks. And it's one of my highest joys and excitements, is to share all of this with you and to share these light languages. Aquarian fire, which is that the idea of the holy fire being with us, and in this age of Aquarius, that we are able to apply these tools, these permission slips, these awarenesses, this idea of expansion in a way that we never have been able to before. We are the ascended masters. So I've got some of my own celebrating to do today. So I wanted to share just a couple of, I wanted to pull a couple of cards for us today. And I wanted to, what I wanted to say about that, you guys, is, It's all small stuff, and don't sweat the small stuff. Every single thing is a blip in your radar. Nothing is permanent. Absolutely everything changes in life. Absolutely everything changes. And it's up to you and how you respond, and the vibration you create by the response to what happens in your life, which is what creates the next thing that happens in your life. And then it allows us to respond differently. And it allows us to create more and more positive things that resonate with our true core vibration, in which there's less and less polarity to need to be experienced. That we are understanding now in this age of Aquarius, that whether it's whatever modality or permission slip of whatever healing you call it, healing is about raising your vibration to the point where you are literally like a tuning fork. Tuning in to your heart, to that place inside of you that just ripples with glee, glee and bliss. How's that, gliss? Glee and bliss. What makes your heart sing? Nia naya soya le naya Nea sehi nayui Nila noa se la leaso. Leaso, laughter. I'm hearing laughter. I'm hearing someone is telling me, I don't know what language, what is that? Leaso, I'm hearing laughter. Niaro kiara kisana. It's about the laughter. How much laughter can you fill in your heart in a day? How much service in this year? We're coming to the conclusion of this 8th month. Tomorrow being the last day of August, this year of 2018, the year of the dog, of the Chinese New Year of the dog, the year of service. Anyone who's seen my beautiful boy Ranger, I love my dog Ranger. He's in lots of my videos. He's been a true inspiration to me, as the entire animal kingdom is. The animal spirits and totems visit me all the time. I have been literally in the snake animal totem spirit. So I throw that out to anybody who wants to open that up to your looking that up. The eagle. The eagle spirit is one of my high spirit animals, my Native American animal spirits. I've been exploring a lot of my shamanic vibration, frequency, self, if you will, lately. And the one thing I wanted to say about all my little stuffed animals you guys hear is, it's all small stuff. Keep it fun. The one most important thing that I've discovered in all these years is you've got to laugh every single day. And anybody who knows me and knows my partner, we're both Sagittarians, and we like to laugh a lot. And so depending on who needs it, we always know who needs to make the other laugh and when. And so it doesn't always mean we're always in the best vibration. Sometimes we're both in the bad vibration at the same time, but that's okay too, because that's part of our whole experience and our exploration. So part of my exploration as an adult was to remember my childhood. The childhood I didn't get because that was the experience that I chose. I have no remorse or anger or anything like that anymore, because it was an experience that I chose for a particular reason to grow. That's funny. These lights like here were looking like a little alien to me all of a sudden. And so I was chosen today, you guys, to, so I digress, but I was chosen to this, I drew these quite some time ago, and this was Love Letters from the Archangels. And I remember the day that I wrote it, and it was on 3/1/2018. The Power of One, the Andromedan Council, the Syrian Council, love letters from the angels, the Galactic Ambassadors, and I have a number 11 in the corner. So out of all my journals, my pads, my sketch pads, this was the one I was drawn today. I was drawn to blue today. I've got my pearl and tanzanite earrings on, a gift. And so today for me, as soon as I woke up, was about blue and white. blue and white. And let me tell you guys, this is a funny story because I was guided to this today. I was guided to wear this today, and I was putting on my just different blue. I was in this blue and white energy, and of course, being, you know, my wedding day, it was all about white energy, but I was feeling this beautiful light blue, kind of blue green heart chakra energy. Of course, heart, marriage, right? I had a heart shaped, you know, pillow for the ring bearer and all that, but so but this is what the Ascended Masters, the 11 energy, the 1111 gateway is truly about remembering to connect to our hearts, to ourselves. That it doesn't matter if you're with somebody, not with somebody, what you're experiencing, for how long, with whom, how many times, it doesn't matter, you guys. You know, my mom's been married several times, so it doesn't matter what you've chosen to experience or how you choose to experience it. If it resonates with you and it makes you happy, then that is what is your gateway. That whatever makes you laugh in a day, whoever makes you laugh, who makes your heart sing. It doesn't matter whatever anybody else thinks of that person, because believe me, I've had that experience too. So it doesn't matter what other people think about your partner or your lack of a partner, what you've chosen for yourself. Did you choose to have children? Did you not choose to have children? It doesn't matter, because it was for you. Don't, not 1 minute, ever not send loving, unconditional, loving gratitude. It took me a long time to get to that point myself, to send all of those versions of me, because I'm not her anymore. We are new, moment by moment, by moment by moment, physically, absolutely, completely, cell by cell by cell, absolutely as new as we choose to be. We only bring with us, moment by moment, what we choose. This is what our Ascended Masters came to teach us. This is what Bashar came to teach us. This is what resonated with me immediately when I heard those first words of Seth: you create your own reality. So I just wanted to share this with you, these activating codes from all of our Ascended Masters. You are connected to all of them. Nobody's not connected to anything. It's all about dropping the veil of our belief systems, of our limitations. This is what we came to share with each other. And this is what I have been guided to share with all of you, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's this way, whether it's in, you know, classes or events, whether it's through oracle messages. It's about having fun, seeing your own light, remembering who you are, and carrying that light to another to remind another how perfectly wonderful that they are. And so I wanted to share with you guys another synchronicity. So these are my, this is Eclipse, and I have a stone, a big concrete unicorn that I just bought a few weeks ago, or a couple months ago, I guess now. Anyway, and it told me its name was Eclipse, and it told me its name was Eclipse. And so this little guy I got, this little guy I got back in 2014, and his name is Mystic. So I have Eclipse out there, is my other unicorn. This is Mystic, and then this little guy is Rarity, from, I guess it's from My Little Pony, which I just learned recently. So this is Rarity. So the blue and the purple. So you guys got to keep it fun. I've got a whole bin full of little stuffed animals to remind myself that no matter what it was that I chose to experience before, it doesn't mean that I have to experience the same thing that I don't want to experience. And if I want to have fun, I want to have fun. Just before I started recording this video, I said I want to hear Cake by the Ocean by DNC. And I'll have to put the link if you guys have never heard the song, but it was like, I love this song. And it kind of celebrates everything I felt about today and this day and this energy. So it was, I do that often. I as soon as I think of a song, I say, okay, I want to hear it. I listen to it because I know somewhere, somehow my vibration needs to hear it. So sorry guys. I was talking a little bit last night too. So with that said, I'd like to offer this synchronicity that happened to me today too, because as I was getting my cards together and getting ready to shuffle them, I shuffled this deck, and all of a sudden the unicorn card pops over, and I thought, okay, I have got to leave this right where it is. And actually these two unicorns were not even in here, so I went and got them from where they were, brought them in here so that I could share them with you today. My cheeks hurt from grinning from ear to ear right now. I actually just smiling today with this wonderful energy. So the unicorn card, and all the colors are everything I'm feeling today. The blue and the white. So we were talking about somebody last night. We were talking about Pegasus, and so it was. I just couldn't believe how fitting this was and how synchronistic it was that we were just also talking about the unicorns last night and Pegasus and crystals. Indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic expression. So I challenge all of you guys as we walk through this gateway today, and that was messages from your animal spirits, from your animal spirit guides by Stephen D. Farmer. So listen to your animal spirits. What animals crossing your path? What message do they have for you? Look it up, explore it. They all have something to tell us. And this conscious spirit deck. I love this one. By Kim Dreyer. I always say that wrong. Kim Dreyer. There's the back of the card again, with just the explosion of everything, of the multidimensionality that we all are. So every day is about how can you find something to be grateful for, to laugh about, even in the darkest moments. And believe me, you guys, I've been through so many of those, and really, no matter what promise you make to another, it's really a promise that you've made to yourself that, I'm going to be true to myself. And, I think of how many, partnerships don't make it because we are trying to fit ourselves, our square peg, into a round hole. And sometimes we attract partners that are not of our highest core vibration, and we can't be sad when they end because they weren't who were the best for our souls in the new now. That doesn't mean they weren't in that now. And this is where we've got to let go of, if we're clinging to something that doesn't resonate with our highest core vibration, meaning it doesn't serve us. But if it's not making you happy, but you're clinging to it for reasons of old beliefs that are not part of the true course source vibration, that is love of being true to who you are. I always said I would much rather be a happy single parent than an unhappy married one. And I really took that with me through my entire life, in that if it ever became in that situation, that I would not hesitate to move on, because I would know that it wasn't the best thing for me. And I don't know what tomorrow will bring for me, or what could change, or what will stay the same. It's all going to depend on my vibration and where things go for me, and how true am I to my core vibration, and how true are the people that I'm attracting to that core vibration, and how are they serving me in that moment? How are they my soulmate? Because you're my soulmate in this now, and I'm yours. That's how we're all soulmates, because that's what soul families are, and over souls. That doesn't mean that's your lifelong partner. That doesn't mean, and we can get into the whole twin flame thing too, but that's a whole nother situation, about understanding what does that really mean. It's about your true reflection, whatever that means to you, that could look like anything, really. And that doesn't even need to be another person. It doesn't even need to be spending time with another human being. That doesn't mean what that means. So we need to lose our minds and go effing crazy, as the song says, and eat cake by the ocean, because we've got to forget everything we've ever known and then remember. And remind each other by way of exploring each of our own conscious spirit lights. So I didn't mean for this to be this long, because you know how passionate I get about my passion, you guys. So I do. I'm going to go and goof off today and celebrate. So I just wanted to remind you all that you are all being, you're all getting messages every moment, moment by moment, by moment by moment. You're receiving messages in every way, shape, or form by every single thing in your creation. What Seth said, you create your own reality. It sent shivers right through my spine, to the point where literally my body went into like this instant paralysis, because it was the first thing I ever heard that made any sense to me at all. And yet it was the scariest thing I had ever heard, because I knew in that moment, no longer, I knew I walked through a gateway. I knew that no more I could blame, that, not blame, because that is such a negative connotation. But you know what? I stopped blaming myself for the things that I thought. I began there. It began. That's where it began. The seed of self-love got planted. The seed of taking responsibility for what I was creating moment by moment, based upon how I was responding to that, what I called my past, how I was responding to my present, and how I was responding to what I was perceiving as my potential future. And so this is what I've come to learn and understand and want to share with everyone. And through channeling, through light languages, through these symbols, through guided messages, whatever it is that excites me and guides me in that now. I don't believe this, you guys. Now see, I flipped it over. Number 38 equals 11. I just want to cry. Forest, frolic, maiden. I don't believe this. I acknowledge my inner child. And open my heart to the joy she brings. So there you guys go. You just can't make this stuff up. Your inner child. Sorry, I didn't want to pause, because this is the real deal, right? This is the real me. And so that's part of what this is all about, is realizing it's okay to be vulnerable. That's how I feel right now, you guys. Now that's a realization. 11. That's a synchronicity that, wow. I guess I'm going to end there, and I'm going to go celebrate, because wow, what a day. Oh my God, thank you guys for being here. And, it's times like this when I actually hesitate to post it, or when I say to myself, I guess this is the reason why I don't edit. So, because this is the real me, the real deal. And I love you all so much for being here. I want to end this at 38 minutes because it's gone longer than I thought, but how perfect. I love you. Mahala. Namaste.